greasing the groove, so to speak. From what I understand, I haven't researched this, I'm just thinking aloud with you guys as I often do. I think it makes sense in a couple different ways. In one sense, it works as just accumulating volume. You might think 1 or 2 reps, how are you accumulating volume? The way I see it is if you can do like 5 pull-ups, right? That's your max in one set. 1 or 2 reps, while not maybe ideal if you're just trying to make it like a single session where you're working out, constantly training so far short of failure is not ideal. However, if you're doing it like this, where it's like the sprinkling throughout the day, let's say at 5 different points throughout the day, you do 1 or 2 reps, and 5 is the most you can do. Well, you've still got 5 sets, a few reps short of failure, which will still build muscle, right? And still will be somewhat effective, just not like ideally effective perhaps. But in this context, it is. The reason it is because you're not replacing your other volume. You're still training back like normal, you're still doing all your stuff like normal, and this is just a thing that you almost don't think about. You just go a couple reps and then move on with your day. And the reason why it's great is you're probably accumulating very, very minimal fatigue, right? 1 or 2 reps is not tiring you out. So that's where I think it can work just as a straightforward way of supplementing your volume. Oops, shaking this camera too much, apologies. Where you're accumulating volume and really no harm done, and that's great. Then there are people who can do 8 reps, 10 reps, whatever, and then 1 or 2 reps is just so far, sub-maximal in terms of what you can do per set that then there's a question, is it still a useful thing to do, this greasing the groove? In my opinion, it can still work. Here's my thought process there. A couple different things. One, greasing the groove could be just basically a technique thing. So you're not really accumulating much more volume, maybe a little tiny bit, who knows how many reps short of failure you can still accumulate a bit of volume. But really that's not the point. The point, I imagine, is getting more efficient with the movement. Any exercise you do is a skill, and that's certainly true of compounds, which are typically more difficult. Now, a pull-up is maybe not as complex as, perhaps a deadlift. Nonetheless, it is a skill, and if you're just trying it out throughout the day, every day, kind of, or at least several times a week, you're improving in a skill and you're getting more efficient with the movement, which will help you do more pull-ups down the line. So that is one way I can see it being effective, greasing the groove. Now, another thing you can do is what I would call, I guess, a kind of amended greasing the groove, which is you either bump the reps up or you